So we have understood what are the rules associated with the rays that we use to form an image. We generally take those rays with the help of which we can easily retrace the image. The first ray is parallel to this principal axis and goes through this focus point. Second ray is passing through the center of curvature, it will retrace its path. Third ray is passing through this focus point which is not shown here and it will become parallel to the this principal axis. And fourth ray is incident at pole, it will follow the law of reflection. So both angles are equal. In this case, seeing these rays or solving these rays becomes much more easier. That's why we choose these four convenient rays. Now in this figure, since I will move this figure and we need to see this figure again and again, I have made very similar figure. Similar to this M, we have MN mirror, this is point pole P, this is our object AB, this is point center of curvature C, this point is F, this is our image B dash A dash, and these are different rays which have been shown here. So I have made this figure because once we start moving this figure, so we cannot understand what is the geometry. So to understand the geometry, I have drawn this a small figure here. So let us see what is there in this figure. So this is figure 9.5. Figure 9.5 shows the ray diagram considering three rays. So in this we have considered three rays. It shows that image A dash B dash. So this is our image A dash B dash. In this case real. In this case we are getting real image because rays are actually meeting. And what was the object? Object was AB. And we have a concave mirror. So object AB is forming an image A dash B dash by the concave mirror. It does not mean that only three rays emanate from this point A. So again, as we have discussed, it is not that only three rays are emanating. There are infinite number of rays. An infinite number of rays emanate from this source in all direction, not even in the direction of mirror, in all direction. But we have taken only three rays or two rays just to solve this problem because that is easier. If we take infinite number of rays, we cannot solve this problem. Thus point A dash is the image of A. So that we have already understood that this A dash is the image of A. If every ray originating at A and falling on the concave mirror after reflection passes through point A dash. Similarly, if we solve this problem for infinite number of rays, we will find that as these three rays are passing through this point A dash or crossing at this point A dash, similarly all rays will pass through this point. We now derive the mirror equation. What was the mirror equation? Mirror equation is an equation which gives us the relation between U, F and V minus V. What is U? U is the distance of pole to this object minus U. What is F? F is the distance between this focus point and pole. So this is our F. This is our F and this is also in minus. F is also in minus because it is on the negative side. And what is V? V is the image of this point. So distance of the image from the pole. So all distances we consider from the pole, distance of the object from pole, distance of the image from the pole and distance of the focus point from the pole. So these are our points. So now we are going to solve this mirror equation. So what is mirror equation? Mirror equation is the relation between object distance U, image distance V and focal length F, and all these distances are calculated from this pole of the mirror. Pole of the mirror. So from pole we will consider this. So first of all, let us see figure 9.5, the two right angle triangles A dash, B dash, F and MPF. So let us see where are these triangle. So first of all, a dash b dash, this is a dash b dash and f. So this is small structure. This small structure is one right angle triangle. This a dash b dash f, this is one small right angle triangle, and another triangle is this MPF. So here it is the pole, this is F point and this is P. And as we know this P can be considered directly straightward here, because this is a mirror with a very large radius of curvature. So here we are applying the approximation. What is the approximation? This MP is almost straight. This MP is almost straight. Why it is almost straight? Because we are taking the radius of curvature to be very large. So A dash B dash F, this right angle triangle and this right angle triangle, both are similar. So this is the first thing. And what they are saying, for paraxial rays, MP can be considered to be a straight line perpendicular to CP. So we are considering this straight line. Paraxial rays are those rays which are parallel to this principal axis and making very small angles. So these are making very small angles, and we have already learned, when angles are very small or radius of curvature is very large, then this is a very good approximation. When the angle is small or this radius of curvature is very large, this is a very good approximation. Then we take this curved length. Also, if we see, this curved length is almost equal to this straight path. So if this is M, this is P, so we can take this P little bit here. There would be a little bit difference, but this would not be large if this radius of curvature is large. So now these two triangles are similar. This is first triangle A dash B dash F, and second triangle is MFP. So in these triangles, what we have? So first of all, the angle would be similar. This angle would be equal to this angle. So according to these angles property, this perpendicular in this triangle B dash A dash divided by this PM must be equal to B dash F divided by FP. This is from the property of similar triangles. How do we get this? Because previously in the beginning of this chapter we have learned, if this angle is theta, this angle must also be theta, because these are corresponding angles. How this equation has come? Let us see. So previously in the beginning of this chapter we have learned that these are corresponding angles. So if this angle is theta, this angle must also be theta. Both the angles must be equal. So applying this rule or taking tan theta in first triangle, what we get? Tan theta is equal to perpendicular B dash A dash divided by what is base? Base is B dash F. This must be equal to, now in this triangle, what is tan theta? Perpendicular is PM or MP. Perpendicular is PM in this triangle. And what is base here? Base here is FP. Now let us do the cross multiplication. We take this side and this side. So what we get? B dash A dash divided by PM must be equal to B dash F divided by FP. This is the equation that we have here. So now we have got this equation. Now this B dash A dash upon BA. So this distance upon this distance. This distance upon this distance must be equal to B dash F divided by FP. How do we put this PM2 equal to BA? Because from the diagram we can see this PM is equal to AB, that we have put here. All the equation is same, B dash A dash, B dash F, FP, all the remaining equation is same. Just we have put PM BA in place of this PM, because this PM is equal to AB. PM and AB are equal, so we have just put this value. So from the property of similar triangles and these two objects are equal, we have put the values. So we have got up to this point.